All right, for climate change meltdown, the one learning target that we're going to focus on for this activity is going to be E5.4-D. And more specifically, talking about the changing climate as a result of some sort of consequence. And more so, we're going to be looking at the change in the climatic zone for a capacity problem within the biosphere. So again, the breakdown is simply talking about how when the climate changes, the ability for Mother Nature to supply life needed materials, including food, nutrients for plants, has changed. So those elements, those species of animals, plants, and include humans if you'd like, have to adapt. And that sometimes also includes that they need to move. So that's the focus of this activity, is going to be focusing simply on the changing climate zones and how that has an effect on the biosphere. So let's get started with it. The activity is meltdown, and what you're simply going to do is it's a reading activity with some thought-provoking questions to kind of put you in a scenario-based type of example that will allow you to think outside the box a little bit. So as you're going through this, you'll be asked to answer questions which are blue on my screen, and maybe for you, depending if you had to print this and did it at home in color, yours will be blue. Otherwise, you're going to see it as a kind of a grayish color on your paper. So you'll have some lines to fill in with the questions that you see. What I want to point out to you is there are sometimes multiple questions within a question. And in this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 different questions that you're being asked to answer. So be mindful of that. Second part is, when you get to this page, you're going to note over here in the note zone that it's going to ask you to underline 2 areas. So again, using all of the resources that are on this page, be mindful of some of the things that they're asking you to complete. On the third page, they're going to ask you to figure out if this is an observation or if it's a conclusion regarding things that scientists have been studying. And then the last is the analysis, where you're going to look at the data and how that data portrays information and what it truly means. And then you get into some information about Greg Holloway, and a few more questions. And then when you get to the take proposal section right here, here's what I'm going to ask for you to do. I'm going to ask for you to cross it off. Okay, we're not going to spend the time with you to come up with a research proposal at this time. We will be doing something like that a little bit later on this year, but at this point, you do not have to complete the take action section right here. Okay, so you can go ahead and cross that off. All right, again, should you have any questions, hit Fuzak or I up, and we'll get you what you need. All right.